Hi everyone, we are Nelson and Kim Harvey, Canadian adventure seekers living in Halifax, Nova Scotia. We met on a dating site, and with our trusty sidekick, Monty the Mountie Moose, we moved from Vancouver Island, BC to Halifax, Nova Scotia. We married in the summer of 2020 and have spent all of our free time searching out cool and unique destinations in Canada and abroad. So if adventure is what you seek, come and hitch a ride with us. Hey you guys, welcome back to our channel. We have some
big news.
Yes.
So, for those who don't know, I'm in the Navy and I have been posted. This is probably one of the bigger moves you can do in any military and still stay in the same country. Because we are going to Victoria, British Columbia from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Now, direct route, this is 5,500, 5,600 kilometers.
Which is still pretty far because Canada's a pretty big country. But why would we go through Canada, which is most of it we've already seen, when we can go in a different way? For this channel, we thought we'd do something fun.
Yeah, and trust me, on a road trip, northwestern Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan.
He's a Winnipeg boy. He's like,
not a lot to see.
So with that being said, we know we're moving sometime this summer, so summer of 2022. And we know that we're leaving at some point. We don't know the dates. We will not be telling you guys the dates exactly. We won't say where we're going to be exactly, but what we want to do today is tell you guys kind of in the vicinity for days 1 through 16. We have it written down for right now to get us through. And that's why you're like, 16 days, that's a long trip. How many kilometers is that?
It's 13,800 and something kilometers total as it stands right now from road trippers.
Yes. So
by the way, phenomenal website. Go on there if you want doing any sort of tooling around in the United States, especially.
When we came across from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, to Halifax, Nova Scotia, we also went through the United States, but we didn't go quite as far south as we're going to be doing on this trip. So this trip, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to do about 16 days. Of course, we've got Monty.
Monty has to go. I mean, seriously.
He's just part of the gang now. So we'll be driving in our little Volkswagen Golf TDI. So it's a diesel. We get a lot of really great mileage. And
he'll have 60 miles a gallon, let me tell you.
So we did that coming over, and I mean, the cost of the fuel for us to drive across was very minimal.
Oh God, I think we paid $550 Canadian to drive from Victoria to here.
Well, we're gonna kind of go through with you guys. So we are being moved, and what we want to do is we'll tell you guys just now. We also really want you guys to leave your
suggestions.
Leave your suggestions down below in the areas. We may not be staying exactly in the places we're going to be mentioning, but the state itself, we're very close to where we're going to be naming. So if there's anything cool going on, a place we need to stay, a place we need to go, somewhere we have to eat, because you know we like to eat.
Oh yeah,
so
food spots that you just have to go to.
We have a little sheet down here we're looking at. So day 1, of course, we leave Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then we are hoping to get to the end of day 1 too.
Yeah, so we're going to go to south of Boston, Groton, Connecticut, is basically where we're headed to.
Yeah.
So there's a reason we're going to Groton specifically, because
no, you can say where you want, like where we're hoping. We won't be able to hit everything we want to do because there's not that much time in the day. He will try to squeeze far too much, and I'll be like tapping out, going like pick 4 things, because it gets to be overwhelming.
The ADD is strong with this.
But I'm just like tapping, like I will forget some of the things if we do too much. But that's a long drive. So we're going to take you guys along with us in the car. We're going to take you to all the adventures. But what are the things that you really wanted to see in South Boston?
In Groton, because we've already been to Boston, right before everything blew up with the pandemic. Literally that day we were like going north, come back into Canada. We just got across the border before everything shut down. So we were in Boston right before that. So we're gonna skip through Boston and we're gonna go to Groton, Connecticut, where the USS Nautilus is, the world's first nuclear-powered submarine. And after that, it's off to Yale for lunch.
Oh, yeah, so we're gonna go to Yale. Is there anyone who's gone to school from Yale? Let me know down below. I want to see.
Yes, I have to go for like Starbucks or something.
I'll be collecting my mugs, by the way, from Starbucks in every place.
Get your Starbucks Yale mug.
If they have one. If not, it's fine.
London, England mug just recently. Mental note, there are no Starbucks in Bermuda, I found out.
Yes.
So day 2, we're going to Washington, D.C. So we're basically going to blow right past New York City, stop a couple seconds, and go click, 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 click.
And it's not we're not trying to offend anybody here with if we don't stop. There's just too much in New York. We literally don't have enough time. It's one of those things, but if we go in the future, it'll be like we go to New York for like a week or something, and we'll do it up. We'll do it up right. But that's why we skip over some of the things, because again, driving all day. So, and Washington D.C. gets us there day 2. And so, what is it that you want to go see? What are the top 3 things?
In Washington D.C., we clearly have to go see the mall, right?
And not the shopping mall, as I was advised.
Not the shopping mall. No. The mall outside by the Smithsonian, because everything in the mall is basically owned by the Smithsonian. Then you've got the Capitol building, the White House, all that sort of stuff. But the big ones I have to take Kim to see, because I've been to Washington before, and it has got to be nice. It has to be the Jefferson Memorial, probably the Lincoln Memorial. The Jefferson Memorial, in my opinion, is just nicer. It's incredible.
I've never been.
You got to step by the White House. The Aviation Museum for the Smithsonian, amazing. I mean, it has the Wright Flyer. It has the first powered aircraft on the planet. They have the Bell X-1, the Spirit of St. Louis, the Apollo 11 module there. Every first in aviation is basically there. It's absolutely incredible. And the Bell X-1, by the way, is the first plane that ever broke the sound barrier. Oh yeah, and Arlington National Cemetery. Gotta go there. Gotta go see the unknown soldier and see all the tomb there. Yeah. Kennedy's gravesite. Okay, so and then next day we're going to
Norfolk or Kitty Hawk.
We're going past Norfolk down to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. We'll blow past Norfolk and Norfolk. And go see the first in flight spot in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Day 4, we'll be driving down to Charleston, South Carolina.
Which I've heard so many nice things about people. People in South Carolina are pretty nice, from what I hear.
Gotta go see the mossy trees and the cool architecture.
You haven't been.
I have not been.
So this will be the first time that neither of us have been to this particular state.
Nope.
So South Carolina, neither of us have been. So if you guys have any suggestions of what to do, but was there anything that was on your list of things to do in South Carolina?
Not really.
I'm
sure there are.
Yeah.
I have a road trippers thing, and it has like the world's largest sombreros or something like that down there. The world's largest tires near there.
So we definitely want to get, if any of you guys are from there or have been there in that area, please let us know. Give us your suggestions. We would love to hear them, because right now it looks like day 4 is kind of like once we get there, it's going to be like wandering around, just checking it out and seeing how things are and that kind of thing. So
yeah, I think in Charleston, I believe there is the Hunley, which is it was a Civil War era submarine that's down there.
Day 5. We leave
Day
South Carolina and we go to a place I've been wanting to go for most of my life.
Day 5 and 6.
Yes, we're going 2 nights to
Orlando. Yeah. So
Harry Potter World.
We have to go to the Harry Potter World. Yes. I have to see that. It's very, very cool.
This whole time during the pandemic, while we were out here and living out on the East Coast, we were really hoping to be able to go and do some of these things out here that were much more accessible than where we were living before. But of course, like everybody else, we couldn't. So
shut down. Yeah, we wanted to go to Iceland. Didn't happen. We wanted to, go to Scotland and get married. Didn't happen there.
We got married.
In New Scotland.
Yeah, New Scotland, which was good. Yeah, we'll be staying probably within there because we'd like to just be able to park the car and just walk.
Yep.
Because there'll be a lot of walking, as you guys are probably well aware. So this is the first time we'll be spending 2 full nights into a location. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So that's where we're going to be doing a lot of just more, I guess, the Universal Studios, that kind of thing. Like we might not be venturing out too much, but if you guys have suggestions of things that we should do in Orlando, let us know too.
Downtown Disney is always really cool in California, so I can imagine what it's like there in Florida.
And the next one I'm so excited for too.
So the next one we get up and we go from Orlando over to the Kennedy Space Center and we get to see the Kennedy Space Center, and then drive down to the Florida Keys. So we're only able to get like half a day at the Kennedy Space Center, and then it's drive all the way down to the Florida Keys and spend 2 nights in the Keys. And we wanted to fly to
Dry Tortuga.
Dry Tortuga's National Park. It's the most isolated national park in the national park system in the United States. It's a
45-minute flight or a 2.5-hour ferry ride, I think it is.
Yep.
We're hoping to be able to fly. That's our hope, because of course, if we can fly, we get there. It's super cool. Of course, the flight itself is cool.
I've actually never taken a float plane.
I have. I got an upper hand on you. But no, but also too, because then we can spend like a good portion of the morning, leave first thing in the morning and fly into Dry Tortuga, hopefully. Yeah. And then we'll spend like 3-4 hours there and then fly back. And then we can still have some time in actual Key West to wander around for the rest of the day in the evening, that kind of thing. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I've never been to Key West at all, so new to me.
Yeah, so we're not necessarily staying in Key West, but somewhere in the Florida Keys. Day 9, we're going all the way up to Tallahassee, which I did not know was actually in Florida. It just does not sound like a Florida place.
It's right on the border, but it does. It sounds like to us lame people in Canada, it sounds like a place like New Mexico or something like that.
Yeah.
The name itself.
Like, it should have like tumbleweeds and things like that.
So it's very surprising to us when we hear that. And so I guess that's where our minds draw. So no offense, but that's just Canadians not understanding.
But on the way to Tallahassee, because we'll leave the Florida Keys and we'll come up the Panhandle, and we have a boat, like one of those airboats
for the alligator.
Alligator airboat thingy in the swamps there. Got that. I'm going to do that, and then possibly go up to. I think there's a couple of really nice springs up on the west side of the west side of Florida, and then get up to Tallahassee. The next day is New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Although I think we might actually, this may be a little...
it's all can be adjusted. Well, this is what we originally had talked about, so I don't know what you've changed your mind on, so that could have happened and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, so, but New Orleans, great, see that, and go see the all of downtown New Orleans and see some of the old plantation houses, and I think Forrest Gump's house is down there. Next day is Corpus Christi, Texas.
Well, so we go from day 10 in New Orleans to day 11 to Corpus Christi. Please help us out. Again, we may not be staying necessarily right in the city, but if you guys have suggestions on where to go, let us know, because we don't, again, like I said at the beginning, some of these places we have never been, and we don't know what to go see, and we don't know how much time we're going to have, so it kind of depends. We want to know if there's festivals going on too, and we won't know until we actually know our dates. And again, I can't share those dates with you, we want to be able to just have our vacation, but we definitely want to take you guys along with us. And all of these videos, by the way, will be edited probably towards August, because not until we get over to our new location, then I can start breaking down and doing all the editing for each and every single day. And so they'll just keep popping up on this channel each day that we go somewhere. You guys are going to come with us. So Corpus Christi, we could use some help. So let us know.
So yeah, Corpus Christi. Then we're going to Midland, Texas, but the long way, because the idea is to go all the way down the bottom of Texas to Spaceport. So we're going to the Starship there. We want to go see Starship, where it's going to take off.
We would love to hope that might happen, but Murphy's Law would probably be like, no. It'll probably happen.
At that point, we're like, oh my God, it's too long. It's just like 3 hours one way.
Yeah.
That's a long way.
So again, that was day 12.
Yeah. So
now we go from day 12 to day 13.
Yep, we're going to Holbrook, Arizona. We want to go see, from Midland to Holbrook, we're going to Roswell, New Mexico.
Just dipping into New Mexico, we're not staying there.
Yeah, and then I think we're going down to God, where the heck is it? There's somewhere in Arizona, there's the world's largest plane graveyard.
Oh, right.
Take tours of that.
Yeah, okay, I remember that, yeah.
It looks pretty cool. We're going right past White Sands. White Sands, New Mexico, so that sounds very cool.
And after this day 13, leaving Arizona, we're going to one of my favorite states, which happens to be Utah. So Moab, Utah is my favorite. We won't be going to Moab this trip, but we are hoping to go to Salt Lake City and see the salt flats. Of course, it'll be dry in the middle of summer. There won't be the water on it, but it still would be really cool to go check it out.
Yeah, so the plan is to come up from Holbrook, Arizona, and we won't actually be going to Salt Lake City as per se.
Somewhere on the outskirts.
Yeah, we'll be going south, then it comes southwest of there into the Bonneville Salt Flats, and then we'll be going up towards where Utah meets Idaho, and that's what we spend the night there.
Yeah.
And then the next day is
Day 15.
Day 15.
So
it'll be in
around Spokane, Washington State. Basically, we're going to be in for sure. And I've gone to Spokane many times since I was a child, so I know that they have the fair. I know that there's a lot of things that go on in Spokane. And again, it's going to just really be based on when we'll be there exactly, and that date I don't know yet. But from Spokane, Washington, we then cross over. It could be a long border wait because now that everyone's traveling, leaving the United States of America and heading over the border to Canada. And we'll probably go up the Osoyoos border crossing. Osoyoos is right along the Canadian side, and my parents are in Oliver.
Yeah, so we'll go to the wine capital of Canada.
That's right.
Oliver, BC.
Where there'll be a pool at my parents' house, by the way.
Yes. And then the next day, it's on to Victoria.
Yes. And so a lot of people, when they hear Vancouver Island, they're like, oh, it's Vancouver. It's not Vancouver. Let me look it up on a map. It is an actual island.
And it's not Victoria Island.
No, which also even Canadians get mixed up. Yes. Some people in Canada think it's Victoria Island.
Victoria Island is an island in Canada, but it is
really
extraordinarily north.
Yes, it's in the Arctic.
Like Baffin Island north.
In the Arctic. So basically we have to take a 2-hour ferry ride. So just driving to the ferry is about 6 hours for my parents. So we probably leave first thing in the morning because there's lots of road work in the day. Growing up in that area, I know because I just know. And then the ferry is a good 2 hours, and hopefully we'll have reservations. Otherwise, right now, I don't know how long you'd wait there. And then technically we wouldn't be able to make it to the house that day because all our stuff hopefully will already be on its way. But that might not happen because when we moved here, the day we took 12 days, took 12 days to get here. Yeah. And on that 12th day, we arrived in Halifax and we found out our stuff hadn't left the West Coast until that day.
Yeah, the day we got here is the day they started driving.
So 12 days after we left, and we're like, okay, so another 10 days in hotels.
Another 10 days in the hotel in Halifax.
Yeah, so. And we'll be staying in Victoria, which is the capital of British Columbia on Vancouver Island. Yes. So that's where we're going to stay. We've got a lot of things that we've got to do and some family we haven't seen in quite some time to visit as well.
Yeah, if you've never looked it up, go on YouTube and look up Victoria, British Columbia, and you'll be like, wow, that place is nice.
It really is. Yeah, it's very pretty.
Very British.
Yep. Cobblestone walkways, all that fun stuff.
And the Bush Art Gardens.
Yeah. Yes, Bush Art Gardens, even on Christmas Eve is actually, or in the winter, I should say, is even very lovely because they do it up really, really well. But with that said, too, we've got to go. We're not on a house hunting trip, but we're going on a destination inspection. We have 5 days, so I'm also going to vlog some of the stuff that we're going through, and that's going to come up probably in the next month after I post this video. I'll have that posted, edited, and will go up on this channel as well. Basically, you guys, we want to take you guys along with us. We want to show you what we're doing, where we're going, the sights and the sounds and the smells that we can smell, but we want to share them with you guys and let you know of all the cool things. And a lot of these places we've never been to, and both of us have traveled, a decent amount. So it's kind of nice. And we may not be going to your state, but just know that, someday we probably will end up going to pretty much every state in the U.S. at some point. So again, we'll be traveling through the month of mostly July, and likely when we get to the other side, August-ish, I will start posting a video, probably one a week until they're done. So at least 16 or more Mondays. So keep tuned in, share it with your friends. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about Crazy Canucks going through the United States on a little road trip and all the things that we get up to. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely give this video a thumbs up if you like it.
So remember, guys, come hitch a ride
with the Harveys. Hitch a ride. Look, he even has a little piece of fur. It looks like a hitching a ride. Hitch, 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 hitch.
Bye, everyone. Bye.